Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. I just did a 2018 Senate prediction if Hillary Clinton were president. Now I'm going to do a 2022 Senate prediction if Donald Trump is reelected. So, first I want to ask you all to like the video and subscribe. We're currently at 478 subscribers. Can we get to 500 before the end of August? I know we can. Let's see if we can do this, guys. Alright, so we're going to get started. So, safe states for the Democrats if Donald Trump is reelected. Remember, this will be a blue wave year because Trump is unpopular, and generally, even Obama was pretty popular. He still had a awful Senate midterm, both in 2010 and 2014. So the safe states for the Democrats, Colorado would also be safe. Hawaii would be safe. And again, I'm using map chart because there's no Yapams or 270 to win for this, so it's unfortunate. Illinois would be safe. Maryland. DC doesn't have a Senate race, so I forgot to fill that out. Blocker states, they don't have Senate races, by the way, so just ignore those. New York, Vermont, Connecticut. Now, New Hampshire is interesting because Kirsten might run. I don't think he's going to run, but I'll talk about who the candidates are. So there's essentially that. And now we're going to do safe Republican states. Utah, Idaho would still be safe. That's why am I forgetting the name? It's a senator from. It's not Orrin Hatch. It's not Mitt Romney. It's Mike Lee. That's who it is. And then Mike Crapo. In Idaho, it's the Mikes. They're going to be safe. North Dakota, South Dakota, that's going to be fine. Kansas, that's Jerry Moran. Oklahoma is going to be safe. Arkansas would be safe. Louisiana would be safe. Kentucky would be safe. That's Rand Paul's seat. Missouri would not be safe. Iowa would not be safe. None of these states will be safe. Now, I do think that Pete Buttigieg will run for Senate in 2022. Part of the reason I'm not putting Indiana as safe. And then Alabama would be safe, and not Alaska. That's Lisa Murkowski's seat. So I'm going to try to find I'm just going to actually go along. So now our likely states. This is Kathleen Cortez Masto's seat. I believe that would be safe. Now, she is a decently popular incumbent, not crazy popular, but she's pretty popular. And she, not really a strong Republican presence in Nevada anymore. I mean, they could run Brian Sandoval, but I don't think that he will run. And even then, it will be very tough for him to unseat. Catherine Cortez Masto. Likely, I think New Hampshire would be likely in if Trump is reelected, because that would mean I don't think Chris Sununu would run if Trump is reelected. And I do think that obviously Maggie Hassan will run for reelection. Now for the likely Republican states, I'm still going to put some conventional GOP states like Alaska is likely. I'm also going to put South Carolina is likely. That's Tim Scott's seat. Him being a black Republican certainly helps him out with the ability to drive a GOP turnout. Other likely seats. Chuck Grassley's probably going to retire. He's like 100 years old. So, Indiana I think would be likely because of how well Todd Young is liked. I mean, he was able to beat out a well-known former Democrat senator named Evan Bayh in 2016. Even though Trump was on the ballot and he won the state by 19, so I think Todd Young will outperform, Pete Buttigieg, and I do think Pete Buttigieg will outperform Joe Biden in Indiana by a little bit. Missouri, between, I think maybe Crystal Quade could run, Quade, I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't think Claire McCaskill could run. Maybe Nicole Galloway runs, but certainly not Claire McCaskill. Either way, I think it'll be likely. What's his name? Roy Blunt. He had a tough race in 2016, but that's because he ran against a pro-Trump Democrat, Jason Kander. And yes, now we're going to do our lean states. Oh, I forgot to characterize. Oh, never mind. Our lean states for the Democrats. I do think that Arizona will be lean. And I'm saying this because I think Doug Ducey will run in 2022. People say that he put Martha McSally in there so that she would purposely lose to Mark Kelly, so that he could beat Kelly in 2022. I don't think he did that. I think that's a dumb conspiracy theory. But nevertheless, I do think he'll run, and I think he'll come close to beating Kelly because he is a popular governor, but he's losing popularity due to his handling of COVID-19. I also do think that a lean state for the Democrats. It's a flip state. I do think that they would win Pennsylvania. That is whose seat is it? Oh, that's Pat Toomey's seat. I think that they could, that Tom Wolf, I believe he'll be term limited. Yeah. They could run Tom Wolf, and I think Tom Wolf, popular governor, he's won by double digits both time or the second time he won by like 16 points. He's losing a bit of popularity, but he's still going to be popular come 2022, and I do think that he will run for Senate, and I think he'll flip the seat. Governors do tend to run for Senate, so there's always that to look at. I also think that a lean state will be Wisconsin. The Democrats could, they could run possibly. I'm trying to think of who they could run. Not really a ton of big name Democrats in Wisconsin. They could maybe run. I was about to say Tammy Baldwin. She's already a senator. Tony Evers, he won't be term limited, so I don't think he'll run. But nevertheless, I do think it'll be a pickup for the Democrats because a retiring GOP incumbent. His name is I'm forgetting everyone's name today. It's his name is Ron Johnson. That's who it is. And I think he's gonna retire in 2022. So yeah. I'm gonna fill out some lean Republican states. I do think that Florida will be lean if Trump is reelected. Marco Rubio pretty popular, so I don't see a way for him to lose. And I think that Rob Portman in Ohio would be lean as well. I want to put it as likely, but if Trump's reelected, this can be really bad for the Republicans. So I do think that it'll be closer than it should be. Iowa, Chuck Grassley. Democrats could actually run Fred Hubble. He's a good candidate. Democrats actually have a lot of good candidates in Iowa. If Lisa Greenfield doesn't win against Tony Ernst, I think she could run again. So yeah. Now we're gonna go to the Tilt Democrat states, where the Democrats they have a lot of good options in North Carolina. I think Roy Cooper would be a good option for them to run. He's popular governor, or they could run. Forgetting. They could possibly run Deborah Ross. That's who it is. She's a congresswoman from North Carolina. I think they could run her, but either way, Richard Burr being corrupt and retiring is not going to help the Republicans. So I think that this seat will flip to the Democrats by a tilt margin, if not a lean margin. So moving on, these are the two states I have the toughest time deciding. I'm going to put both these states as tilt GOP, although I really have no idea about Iowa. Now, Georgia, turning to the left, and I think Democrats will win a statewide election come 2024. There, whether it be the Senate election or there's no Senate election in 2024 or the governor's race. No, that's 2022. Oh my gosh, I think that they can win Georgia in 2024. The presidential election, definitely 2026. David Perdue's seat, he'll be retiring in 2026. So yeah. Doug Ducey, pretty popular. Doug Collins, pretty popular congressman from there, and I do think that he will be able to win that race by a tilt margin. Now Iowa, I really have no idea where to put it. Chuck Grassley is going to retire for sure, and if the Democrats run someone good like Fred Hubble, maybe, or or trying to think of other good Democrats, or Abby Finkenauer, then they can win. But I think Abby Finkenauer will run for Senate, so I want to put it as a Republican, but I'm going to go on in a limb. Trump being reelected, I give the Republicans a very good scenario in 2018 with Hillary Clinton being reelected, and I'm going to give the Democrats a good scenario here with Donald Trump being reelected. So Iowa, the Republicans, they could maybe run Tim Reynolds there, yeah. But other than that, I can't think of anyone else. Maybe Chuck Grassley's son, who I think is the Speaker of the Iowa House of Representatives. But yeah. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to hit the like button. Share it with your political friends. Also, I have an Instagram, so if you go drop a follow, be sure to do that. Also, I don't think also a lot. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get to 500. I know we can do it, guys. See you all tomorrow.